I didn't realize it at the time. That's when the primal mindset was born. That's when the primal mindset was born. That's when the primal mindset was born. This is the Primal Mindset. I am Chris Fontana. I'm coming to you from Long Island, New York. Before we get to today's show, I just want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors. We got Proof No More, premier marketplace for all non-alcoholic craft beverages, consisting of non-alcoholic beers, wines, mocktails, spirits, mixes. Coming up on 5 years of sobriety, I enjoy a nice cold Lomza. It's alcohol-free lager-style beer. Check them out at proofnomore.com. Use code CF NOPROOF10, 10% off. Also, Eat Better Meals, food delivery service here on Long Island. Man, this is nutritious, delicious, packed with protein. I absolutely love this. The meals are already pre-made, no cooking involved. Very, very convenient. Check them out, eatbettermeals.com. Go Primal 25 gets you 25% off your first order. Go Primal 10% after that. So check that. Let's get to today's show. We have Kelsi Ward, a return guest who has one of the highest listened to episodes. She continues to exemplify the primal mindset, always looking to better herself for the people that need her most. She started Civil Savage Protection. She's on a mission to redefine personal protection through self-defense products for women. She's working on developing a real estate career to help people in her community buy the house of their dreams. She's a beautiful person inside and out with an amazing mindset. So here we go. So I definitely wanted you to come on and talk about it and, just say what it is and what it stands for.
Yeah, I think you're right. My husband is obviously a huge influence in my life, and in a lot of ways, he is kind of like the protector. I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but the wolf on my arm is actually like to symbolize him in that way, like the alpha leader of our family. And I think in a lot of ways that alpha mindset it can kind of get a bad name. I think it's kind of been abused and turned into like this macho mentality when it's really not that. To me, an alpha mindset is so similar to the primal mindset. And as a husband, a father, significant other, it is a way of leading and protecting those around you. So I've learned a lot from him over the years. And it's really changed my mindset on the way that I carry myself. And I really want that to transfer to more females. I think that a lot of females have this kind of woe is me mentality when it comes to protecting themselves, whether that be physically, mentally, or emotionally. That I guess Hollywood in a way has almost created this like damsel in distress kind of figure for a woman to think that's her role she plays. And I think that females have a lot that we can learn from the male's mindset. And it might not be a male-female thing specifically, but in my case, that's what I found it to be, is that a male leads with more of an alpha mindset. And I think that women can take a lot away from that and learn a lot from that. So it's kind of where my mind started churning when I started creating Civil Savage.
Nice. Yeah. I think you're right on with that, with the whole mindset. And I think obviously, or I should say, unfortunately, women need to take more of a stand when it comes to protecting themselves. I mean, as we see in the news, there's just all these, and we probably don't even hear about a lot of things that happen. So I don't know if did that kind of play into it as well, not only like with you and obviously your situation, or like, with your life. Did that play any role into it when you kind of see what's going on with the world, or, specifically the United States, when we see it all the time?
The Eliza Fletcher case was just
Yeah.
recent, in the past few weeks. And I started working on Civil Savage a few months ago, and maybe subconsciously in the back of my mind, I started thinking about, certain cases that have come up over the years for females. But for me personally, I've always carried a knife on me, a pepper spray on my keychain. I do have my concealed carry permit. I don't always conceal carry, but if I don't, I like the option to have something to protect myself, whether that be a knife, a pepper spray, a taser, or something like that. And more specifically, one of my female clients who I would meet at the gym super early in the morning when it was dark out, didn't have anything to protect herself while she was waiting. And I really hope that nobody ever has to use the products that Civil Savage sells, because we do sell pepper sprays, knives, tasers, stun guns. And, my hope is that nobody ever has to use those things, but I want somebody to always have an option.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, basically it's like having insurance. You don't want to use it,
Exactly.
but it's definitely necessary when you have to. What's been your best seller so far?
Probably the Kubotan knife,
Oh no,
because the Kubotan knife, because I think it's really like multi-purpose, and it can go on your keychain, and it's discreet, and it's easily, accessible. It also has a window breaker on there. So, let's say you are caught off guard, that can probably do some damage in itself, if you didn't have time to access the full knife. It's also, everything is made in the USA. It's all made here in America. And that specific product is made out of airplane aluminum.
Oh,
So,
okay. Nice.
it's recycled, and it's just a really neat product. So I carry one on my keychain. My husband likes it, so he carries one on his
Oh,
keychain
nice.
now, and he's given them to a few firefighters that like it as well. It's just, even if it doesn't serve as a protection item, it's like a multi-purpose tool in a lot of ways. So.
Oh, nice. Now you said you had like a stun gun thing. Now,
Yep,
I
yep.
mean,
I've got a couple of stun guns. One that's just kind of like your general stun gun. It's rectangular. It's easy to put in the pocket of your purse. But one that I've been kind of pushing on females a little more lately is the jet stun gun. And I call it that because in my mind, it's got the perfect grip to carry with you when you run. And as many people know, the Eliza Fletcher case happened to a female runner. And most working adults have busy schedules when you're out running early in the morning or late at night. To me, just the thought of not having anything on you, even for an animal predator or something, to protect yourself, or at least buy yourself some time to get away.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we talked about it too. My wife, she works real early in the morning, and 4 a.m, she parks her car and walks in the parking lot. It's always on my mind where it's, God forbid something happens. But then when you came out with your stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. I gotta get some items for her to carry with her.
Well, and I think just having the item also puts you in a different mindset. When I'm walking into the gym in the morning and I have my finger on the trigger of my pepper spray, my eyes are a little more open. I'm a little more upright. I'm a little more alert. I'm looking around and kind of scanning my surroundings. I'm kind of taking a look behind the pillars or behind the bushes and taking note of where I am. So even if it's just the tool that helps raise your awareness to your surroundings, you're not walking into the gym with your face in your phone and your headphones popped in,
right,
unaware of what's going on around you. So even if it's just a trigger reminder or the thing that buys you some time, or just, makes you feel a little more safe and secure if you're riding the subway, going on a run, whatever it is, my goal is to redefine the way that women see personal protection. And taking it back to the man stance, I don't think a man who carries a concealed weapon of any kind walks around thinking, poor me, I can't believe I have to carry something like this on me.
Right.
Like, I feel like so terrible about myself. They think like they take ownership of it, and they take pride in being the protector. And I want more women to adopt that mindset.
Nice. Now, where can they get these items if someone wanted to?
Civilsavage.com.
Okay.
Civilsavageprotection.com. So everything's through my site there. We have an Instagram page, civilsavage.protection, and I can just give you those links too. That will make it easier.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I'm probably gonna go on there and get a few things for my wife. I don't know if she'll want to carry the knife or anything, but at least the pepper spray would be good for her to have. So
I'll hook you up with some good things. We have
nice.
some entry level things that aren't so scary.
All right, nice. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And now you mentioned also some real estate. So you're kind of making some pivots here in life, which most of us end up doing. Like, I mean, me, I never would have thought I'm doing what I'm doing today. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, I've been in the fitness industry for quite some time now, and it's been kind of amazing to me as I'm starting out in this real estate journey, how many parallels there are with running a coaching and training business into starting a real estate business. But I've always kind of been interested in real estate. I don't know why I've never pulled the trigger on it and gone this direction. But my husband and I have flipped property for the past 5 years. And, I've done some things like staging homes for sale.
Yeah.
And so it seems like I've always been on this other side of real estate and never the selling side. And so, yeah, I'm excited to start this new journey and help some people realize their dream of home ownership and just to get people either into the house of their dreams or on to the next.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's great. I feel like, I mean, I think you'd definitely be awesome at it. You are going to do it with like just your husband? You guys going to have your own thing, or how are you going to,
So my husband is actually a home inspector. He's a
okay.
firefighter and he started a home inspections business on the side. So again, it's like we're on the other side of like that real estate. So I'm not actually partnering with him. I'm partnering with somebody else. So I'll be excited to share more about that as it kind of unfolds over the next few weeks and months. But yeah, I'll be joining a team and just serving the local area of like Palm Harbor, Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete of where I am.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know you kind of wanted to get away from the whole fitness part of it, and I'm sure it definitely served its purpose with you and saved you in many ways. Is it kind of like bittersweet to kind of get away from that at all?
I wish I could say yes, but so far it's not.
Mhm.
And I think mainly because I'm still very much into it. I still have my in-person clients who I meet with face to face, and I enjoy that so much. I really thrive off of human interaction, and I think that's why I'm kind of holding on to my in-person clients as long as I can. And I told them I will show up and I will meet you at this gym for as long as I possibly can until my schedule does not allow it. And
Mhm.
I wake up at 3:45 some mornings to fit everything in the day. So I will continue doing that for as long as I possibly can. But it's not bittersweet. And I think that's because in my fitness, I am a little bit selfish, and I won't really admit to that with anything else in life. But when it comes to fitness, it did save my life in a lot of ways. And I know we discussed that on the last podcast of how it really saved both of our lives.
Right.
And I think we both owe so much of our lives to fitness that I'm excited to have that back just for me again.
Right.
So in that way, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a little selfish, and I'm excited to have it just that purely as a passion for myself again.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good selfish, I mean, they always
Yeah.
say a good selfish is really self-love. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's well deserved for you. And I'm sure you helped many women. Um, so yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's time, you kind of move on, and you owe it to yourself to try different things, and, see where this real estate takes you.
Yeah. And it does, it becomes I never want it to become a job. And I'll tell my clients, I want my 5 a.m. client to get the exact same experience that my 5 p.m. client
Yeah. Yeah.
gets. And I could just feel that shift in me, that I was not able to show up for the 5 a.m. client the same way as I was the 5 p.m. client, and vice versa. And even, within my own workouts, it was just kind of checking the box for a long time. I was just checking the box on my list. And there was a moment a few months ago where somebody was coming into the gym, and he's a regular at our
Hmm.
gym, and I could tell that he had just gotten off work, and he like burst through those gym doors with his gym bag, ready to, change out of his work clothes, get his gym clothes on. I'm assuming that he had mixed up his pre-workout and threw his
Yeah.
headphones on. And
Yeah.
I watched him go through his process, his warm up of getting himself from work to the gym. And I thought, man, I miss that feeling so much. I'm so enthralled in this between online clients, in-person clients, myself, my family. I'm so enthralled in fitness in every aspect of my day that I don't even have like a yearning for it anymore. And to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
see him like, I just miss that feeling of being like, I'm here, I'm at my sanctuary, this is my time. So I'm excited to have more of that feeling back.
Nice. Where do you, I guess, where do you see like this real estate taking you? Where you think I mean, it's hard to say, to do something the rest of your life. I think, I don't know, it's hard for anyone to say that about anything, because we pretty much take it day by day anyways. But do you kind of see this like being like something that you can really like sink your teeth into and go for a long time with it?
I really do. It's funny because this is, I know it sounds crazy, but this is like my third career. I was a teacher for 5 years. I was in the fitness industry for 5 years. And for the first time, when somebody asks me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't have this like dumbfounded, I
Yeah.
don't know answer. When I was teaching, I kind of felt like, I don't know. I mean, is this it? Is this what I do for the next 30 years? Just wash, rinse, repeat, and not to say that I wasn't passionate about teaching, but with teaching comes a lot of politics and other things. And I
Yeah.
thought, oh my gosh, like I've done this for 5 years. Is this going to be the next 25 years? Is this 30 years of my life of just doing the same thing on repeat year after year? And then with fitness, Evan Childs actually had asked me, she was like, what is your vision? Where do you see yourself? And I was just like, I don't know. And I just sat there and I was like, I don't know. I just had no answer. And it was just like, then I felt like I had put so much pressure on it. I tried to come up with this vision. I tried to create something that I wanted. Even within some of our BPN meetings, Adam Klink had asked the whole team, where do you see what's your 5-year plan? And I still didn't have one. And I just thought, if I'm so passionate about this thing, you would think that I would have a much grander idea for it in the long
Right.
term, but I
Yeah.
just didn't have that. And now with this, I do see myself being in this for a lifetime and being a pillar in my community and just being, a recognizable, trustable face to anybody who I come across, whether it's selling homes or working with a charity or being at the school fundraiser. I'm just really a hometown girl. I've grown up here my whole life and I'm passionate about, giving back.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, pretty much that's how I feel about, Long Island.
Yeah.
Born and raised here. I'm not leaving here. The pizza's too good. But yeah, like it's a good feeling when you kind of, I mean, I'm pretty much kind of the same thing. Like I did jobs where I'm like, if you ask me, are you going to stay here for 5 years? I'd be like, I don't know, man. I don't want to stay here for 5 years, and then when you find something that you're kind of passionate about, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a podcast 5 years from now. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I'm going to be staying with, the Go Primal brand, because it's really helping, men, I always say never settle. I think settling is the worst thing to do in life. So I think when you find something that you're so passionate about and you can say, with confidence, you can be doing this in 5 years. Yeah, of course, I'm going to be doing this in 5 years. I want to give back. I want to help people. That's such a great feeling. So I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you're that you feel that way. And it's you always have to give meaning in the things that happen, and it seems like you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love what you said too about sticking with the brand. That's something that
Yeah.
I've learned, in this transition, is that I don't like the idea or the sound of a personal brand. That's why I kind of struggled at first changing it's so silly, but changing my Instagram handle. I was like, gosh, that sounds so cheesy, like the Kelsi Ward.
Yeah.
But
I like it. I like it.
I think that your personal brand should be able to be carried with you throughout your entire life.
Yeah.
I extrapolated my like 3 main things that I always fall back on, and that's break through your own boundaries, choose satisfaction over joy, and to master the monotony and make it mean something. And whether it is fitness, business, family, life, whatever, I think those 3 main lessons that I pulled out of the past few years can be translated throughout your entire life, whether no matter what you're doing. So
Right. Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I love it. I think that was a great move to change it to the Kelsi Ward, because no matter what you're doing, that's you. That's your
yeah,
brand, the Kelsi Ward. And yeah, I like it. I like that you did that.
yeah. And I think it's one of those things too, maybe on social media, it seems like a sudden switch, just like all of a sudden I changed this, but I looked at dissolving my LLC in like January of this year.
Oh
And
yeah.
so it's been a long time
Yeah.
coming. It's been a lot of like behind the scenes, like back and forth, do I give it one more shot? Do I try to stick with it? Am I just going through a funk? Do I really feel like it's time for a change? And, I think on social media, and I'm sure for you too, with your following, when you share, when you're ready to share things to the rest of the world, it might appear like, wow, he's so brave. He just took a leap and did that. But
Yeah.
they don't see the
Yeah.
hours and days and weeks and years of work that goes into creating like what you've created too.
Yeah, the behind the scenes shit they don't really see. The struggles, the ups, the downs. They just see people on social media that they're always in shape, they're always happy, they're always whatever, always whatever. But it's rarely like that. Not that I'm saying like I'm unhappy or anything, but there's
No,
definitely a
you're
lot of ups
human
and
though.
downs. Yeah, and it's I think people can relate to that.
Yeah.
And I in pretty much my main tagline, and which I've always kind of abided by, is trust your instincts. And I think that's what you did. Like even when it took you since January or whatever, so it took you some months. But I think once you start contemplating it to the point where it does like a few months of it going, I think that's when all right, I think this is
Yeah.
time to move on, or time to do whatever, or time to take the leap, whatever it is that you're contemplating. I think just you got to just trust your instincts and just keep going with everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what yeah, I know we said you got that hurricane coming Tuesday, I think you said, right? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Oh, we don't know.
Yeah.
They like to try to make predictions, but it seems like if you look at one model, it says something, another model says another thing, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, we're just
Yeah,
kind of
it's that season. Yeah, but I know you got a strong man taking care of you guys, and we'll definitely be praying for you, for your safety, for you and your family. And yeah, I want to thank you so much for coming on again. It was great to get an update on everything. I'm definitely gonna check out the Civil Savage. I'm gonna get some things for my wife so she's protected, and I'm really proud that you took that leap, and you're kind of going in a different direction.
Thank you so much. Like I said, we'll hook you up with something too. And you know what? For any of your followers or podcast listeners, if they want to use the code ship free, that will
Okay.
give them free shipping on any of their orders too.
Okay, so ship free, one word.
Yep, ship free,
Right.
just one word, SHIPFREE.
Oh, nice. And civilsavage.com, is that the
Yep,
website? Nice.
civilsavageprotection.com.
All right, you heard it. So check it out. Get some good stuff for your woman in your life. So Kelsi, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.